Welcome back to my layout. Today we're going to go over the LCC system that I have on it. I'm going to go over some of the good things that I found out about it and learned, and some of the not so good things. There is a bit of a learning curve, but thankfully I have people out there that helped me. There's a great community both in forums and people are able to call. That being said, Jason Wilson was the one that really helped me a lot understand the system and know what to buy and what would work best. So he has his online store where he sells all RR circuit stuff, and he's got a wealth of knowledge. His YouTube channel has a bunch of different tutorials on it for the LCC system, and he helped walk me through this whole thing. The main product I wanted to go over for this video was the ServoIO. Now Sprog makes this, and right now it's the only company out there that makes a servo or an I/O board for servos. And I had a bunch of problems with it, which I'm going to go over in this video to show you what to do, what not to do, and how to make it a lot easier. It's a great board. Once I got everything up and running, it ran perfectly. And thanks to Jason for getting me into LCC and explaining it to me, and the group IO forums. So let's get over to the ThinkBoard and I will show you everything that I'm talking about. These three products right here are what Jason from Train Freak Hobbies sold to me. I wanted a system that was reliable. Over here in the corner you can see the DCCEX. It's a great machine. It's just something that you kind of have to know a little bit about coding and computers. Not a whole heck of a lot. The DCCEX system made it a lot easier, but it's still just something I didn't want to mess with. I enjoyed learning about it, but this system right here, it's a plug and play. You do a few things on JMRI and it's up and running. So that's kind of the system that I wanted. And you turn it off, you turn it back on, everything is up and running again, just as it was when you set it up. These nodes keep all the information in them, so nothing's tied to a computer, and that's something that I really liked. So if your computer goes down, you don't have to worry about it, everything's saved here. So this is the PowerPoint. This comes in the starter kit. This USB buffer comes in the kit, and then the power cord and these Cat 5 cables, and then I think these end nodes, or what they're called, not really sure what they're called, but you have to have them in there at the end to tell the system that it's terminated. So this is kind of how I have it set up. It goes from the PowerPoint and then up to this node here, and then I just have it daisy chained into the USB buffer and then over into my ServoIO. That's as easy as it gets. I mean, everything runs off Cat 5 cable. It's super quick. It sends information faster than a DCC system, and it handles more data than a DCC system. It does use ribbon cables, so when I want to do my tortoise switches, I connect this from here into the node for the tortoise switch, and it'll be up and running. So it's a really simple system. Now, this is what I came here to talk about. I'm going to go over how to set up a ServoIO and what I did wrong and how to avoid that. So for starters, we want to make sure that we have 12 volts going to the system. I have this yellow and black wire right here. I'm using a CPU from a computer, so I'm keeping all the wiring color the same, so 12 volts is yellow. And the next part is the jumpers. There's one here, two here, and then one down here. This is called J2. This is where my biggest problem was. I had it up top here, and that is if you want to use the power from the Cat 5 cable. I've heard stories of these things blowing up because there's too much power going to them, and I didn't want to waste $100, so I was really worried about moving these. So I went on the group IO forums. Kelly Reagan from that group, who was very helpful, he worked through this whole thing with me. I sent him pictures, he sent pictures of his, and that's when I noticed that this J2 was supposed to be on the bottom, and then this J3 was also supposed to be at the bottom, and then J4 was on the top, and J18 is also at the top. Sorry, J18 is at the bottom. So once I connected all these jumpers the correct way, then everything started working absolutely perfectly. So it's just something that simple. Another thing that they say in the instructions, this is called the jumpers 1, 2 or 2, 3. That's how it looks on there. So this jumper would be 2, 3, and then this one would be 2, 3, and then 1, 2, and then 2, 3. This one up here, this is all for the servos right here, and for some reason this is 1. It doesn't start over here, it starts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Over here, this is for your buttons. This one, it's 1, well, this is the power, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then ground. So they're opposite, not sure why. So here is the end plug for one of the servos. And so this is your signal, this is the power, and then this is the ground. It may look a little different because these are pigtails. Normally they're this color. So this is ground, power, and then signal. You want to make sure that the ground is up top. So you put it, when you hook them in here, ground's up top, and then you just plug it in. Now let's go over to the computer and I'll show you how to set up the servo that I just connected. So this is the main page that you log into for your PanelPro. I have my LCC network, it's the CAN USB buffer hooked up to my computer, and my NCE systems hooked up through its USB port. So we want to go over to LCC up here, configure nodes. These are all the nodes that I have. So this one right here has not been assigned yet. That's the one that we want to utilize right now. I want to open configure dialog. So we want to name this one node 3. Yard. So I want to write that, and this is going to be description servos. I can either write this or hit save changes down here. It does the same thing. So open up bank A. This is where the turnout function will happen. This says input output. We want to switch it to servo. Write that. Description. So this is A1. These are all of the servos. So 1 through 8. We can have 8 servos. So this one will be Anchorage South turnout. Right. Now it comes up there. I'm going to come down here. All this is the same. Normal, output normal, 1010, then milliseconds. Events we're not going to use. The producers, this is what's going to tell the servo what to do, open or closed. So I need to come down here to bank B. So this correlates with each servo. So there's 8 here. If I'm on A1, up here, I want to make sure I'm on B1. If I go to A2, then this is B2. So channel setup, this is all going to stay the same. We gotta come down here to producers. Now we want to make sure that this is on for P1. So this will be the address we need. So we want to copy this from producer 1, bring it up to bank A, consumer 1, and hit paste. And then we want to make sure that the state is on. So we want to, we'll save changes. Now we need to fill consumer 2. Come down here to P2, make sure this is input off if IO enable as input. So we want to copy this address, now it's 67, bring it up here to consumer 2 and hit paste. Make sure that this is off. That's what you want your action to be. It's pretty much open and closed. Then we want to save that. So this saves all the changes. So that's pretty much all we need to do to get the servo working. Almost. So now we want to make a turnout. So I want to come back up here to my consumers. This is A1 consumer. So I want to copy this and paste it to the throne. Copy this one and paste it into the closed. And I'm going to name this Anchorage South Turnout. I want to make a turnout. One other thing that we want to make sure we do, under Bank B, we want to go to Servo Bank A. So right now, here's all your servos. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 8. So these are all in the neutral position right here. If we turn it, it turns the servo. So when we're going to want to move these and look at our turnout to make sure it's all the way open and all the way closed. This is the throw. I'm going to hit right, and then I'm going to update completed because I can hear the servos moving and they won't turn off until I hit save complete. This is the speed. I like them to move slow, so I do 4. If I want them to move super fast, I do 7. I like 4. I'm going to hit save changes. And then we also, I like to have them off when they turn on. We want to make sure that they power down the servo so they're not always jittering. So everything's good. I'm going to hit update complete. That should be everything. Close out of this, close out of that, open my turnout table. So now I'm going to go, here's my south turnout, and I can hear it moving. So that was successful. One last thing that I want to do is I use panels, so I want to open up my main panel. So this is section 2 and this is section 1. I want to add the turnout that we just made to right here. This one doesn't work right now, so I want to make sure I go to edit mode, come in here, I'm going to right click and then edit, and I'll come up here, I'm going to pick the south turnout and hit done. So now it shows that it took. I'm going to come out of edit mode, and now I click it and I can hear it moving. And that's all that we have to do for that. So now your turnout should be working well. If not, let me know. I'll help you work through it. People helped me out, so I am more than happy to help anybody out with this. Hopefully this video helped you out a little bit. The main takeaways is make sure your jumpers are correct. Make sure you have 12 volts going to it, and the negative wire for the 3-wire servo is facing up. That's something that tripped me up a few times. And when you're going through between bank A and B, make sure that you don't mix up the numbers, because that has happened to me also. So again, I want to thank you very much, and remember, it makes sense if you don't think about it. Okay, a little PS moment. I wanted to go over how to connect these switches real quick. If you have a push button, now I screwed up and I got a momentary button, but I'll fix that. But I just want to show you how simple it is to hook these up. Now, this is your ground right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you have a ground and then your positive over here. So ideally you would have this come off and I would wire up to a bus system over here, like a terminal strip. But for this video, I'm just going to show you, if I put the ground into here, and then my positive into my number 1, I will have a push button. So you can hear it moving, hopefully, but it is working. So that's how simple it is to hook up buttons. So you can't fit all the grounds into here, but you can just put all the positives into these right here, and then have the grounds go over to a bus system over here, a little terminal strip. So it's something that I haven't found on the internet, just hopefully it helps out a little bit. Super simple.